The rain fell in soft, steady sheets, cloaking the small town of Willow Creek in a silver haze. It was late, past 9, and the world outside Sarah Thompson's tiny apartment was quiet except for the patter of droplets against her window. Inside, the dim glow of a single lamp lit the cramped living room, where toys and laundry lay scattered like forgotten dreams. Sarah sat at her wobbly kitchen table, her phone screen casting a faint blue light on her tired face. Her fingers hovered over the keys, trembling. She was 34, a single mom to 5-year-old Emma, and tonight, desperation clung to her like the damp chill seeping through the walls. Sarah's life hadn't always been this way. Once, she'd had a steady job at the local library, a cozy routine with Emma, and hope for a brighter future. But 6 months ago, the library cut hours, and her part-time shifts at the diner barely covered rent. Medical bills from Emma's asthma treatments piled up, and the fridge was nearly empty. Tonight, she'd stared at an eviction notice, its bold red letters screaming urgency. She needed help fast. But who could she turn to? Her parents were gone, her friends stretched thin. In a moment of panic, she opened her phone, scrolled through her contacts, and typed a message to someone she hadn't spoken to in years, her old college friend. "Mark, I'm drowning," she wrote. "I don't know what to do. Emma needs me, but I'm failing her. Please, if you can help." A broken bar. She hit send, her heart pounding, unaware she'd tapped the wrong name. A stranger named Michael Grayson. The rain grew heavier, drumming a slow rhythm on the roof. Sarah tucked Emma into bed, brushing a strand of brown hair from her daughter's face. Emma's breathing was soft but wheezy, a reminder of the inhaler they couldn't afford to refill. Sarah kissed her forehead, whispering, "We'll be okay, sweetheart." But the words felt hollow. She returned to the kitchen, staring at her phone, hoping for a reply from Mark. None came. Instead, her mind churned with memories of better days, of picnics with Emma, laughter, the smell of fresh coffee in the morning. Now, every day was a battle to keep the lights on. She sank into a chair, exhaustion pulling at her bones. Outside, the street was dark, the rain blurring the glow of streetlights. Sarah didn't hear the car pull up or the soft crunch of footsteps on the gravel path. A knock at the door startled her, sharp and deliberate. She froze. Who would come this late, in this weather? Her heart raced as she crossed the room, peering through the peephole. A man stood under the porch light, his face unfamiliar but kind, with dark hair plastered to his forehead by the rain. He wore a tailored coat, far too expensive for Willow Creek's usual crowd. She hesitated, then cracked the door open, clutching her phone like a lifeline. "Can I help you?" she asked, her voice tight. The man offered a gentle smile, rain dripping from his coat. "Sarah Thompson. I'm Michael Grayson. I got your message." Sarah's stomach dropped. Message? She hadn't sent anything to this man. Her mind scrambled, replaying her frantic text. "A broken bar. I think there's been a mistake," she stammered. Michael raised a hand, his voice calm. "No mistake. You said you were drowning, that Emma needs you. I'm here to help." Sarah's breath caught. How did he know Emma's name? Her instincts screamed to shut the door, but something in his eyes, a steady, sincerity, made her pause. "Who are you?" she whispered. Michael stepped back, giving her space. "I'm just someone who knows what it's like to feel alone," he said. "Your message came to me by accident, but I couldn't ignore it. Can we talk?" Sarah's mind spun. This wasn't me, a stranger at her door, claiming to know her pain. But the eviction notice loomed in her mind, and Emma's soft wheeze echoed from the bedroom. Against her better judgment, she opened the door wider. "Come in," she said, her voice barely audible over the rain. Michael stepped inside, shaking water from his coat. The apartment felt smaller with him in it, his presence filling the space like a warm fire. He glanced around, and not judging, but noticing the toys, the cracked paint, the single bulb flickering above. Sarah offered him a seat at the table, her hands twisting nervously. "I don't understand," she said. "Why are you here?" Michael leaned forward, his voice low and measured. "I'm a businessman, Sarah. I live a few towns over. Your message, a broken bar, it hit me. I've been where you are, in a way. Years ago, I lost everything in my family, my home. Someone helped me then. Now I want to help you." Sarah's eyes narrowed. "You're saying you're just a broken bar? What A good Samaritan? You don't even know me. Michael nodded, unfazed. True, but I know desperation. And I know you're a mom doing everything for her kid. That's enough for me. He reached into his coat and pulled out an envelope, sliding it across the table. Open it, he said. Sarah's hand shook as she lifted the flap. Inside was a check at $10,000, made out to her. Her breath hitched. "There's a broken bar, this can't be real," she said, tears prickling her eyes. Michael's gaze was steady. "It's real. No strings. Pay your rent. Get Emma's medicine. Whatever you need." Pause. The room felt still, the rain a distant hum. Sarah stared at the check, her mind racing. Was this a scam, a trick? But Michael's face held no deceit, only quiet resolve. "Why me?" she asked, her voice breaking. Michael leaned back, his expression softening. "When I was at my lowest, a stranger gave me a chance. They didn't ask for anything back. I promised myself I'd pay it forward one day. Your message, it was like fate. I don't believe in coincidences." Sarah's throat tightened. Fate? She wasn't sure she believed in that either. But here was this man, this stranger, offering her a lifeline. Pause. The night stretched on, the rain slowing to a drizzle. Sarah made coffee, and they talked. Michael shared his story, how he built a tech company from nothing, how wealth hadn't erased the scars of his past. Sarah found herself opening up, too, about Emma's laughter, her own fears, the weight of being alone. For the first time in months, she felt heard. Michael listened, nodding, never pushing. When he stood to leave, he left the check on the table. "Use it," he said. "And if you need to talk, my number's on there." Sarah clutched the envelope, tears spilling over. "Thank you," she whispered. He nodded, stepping back into the rain. Pause. The next morning, Sarah sat at the bank, the check in her hand. She'd half expected it to vanish, a dream born of desperation, but the teller confirmed it was real. She paid the rent, refilled Emma's inhaler, and bought groceries, simple things that felt like miracles. For the first time in months, she breathed easier. Emma noticed, too, her small face brightening as they shared pancakes at the diner. "Mommy, you're smiling," she said, giggling. Sarah's heart swelled. Maybe they'd be okay after all. Pause. Days turned to weeks. Sarah kept Michael's number but didn't call, unsure what to say. She found a new job at a bookstore, one with steady hours and a kind manager. Life felt lighter, like the sun breaking through Willow Creek's endless clouds. One evening, as she tucked Emma into bed, her phone buzzed. A text from Michael, just checking in. "You and Emma okay?" Sarah smiled, typing back, "We're good, thanks to you." A moment later, he replied, "You did the hard part. Keep going." Pause. Sarah sat by the window, watching the stars peek through the clouds. The rain had stopped, leaving the world quiet and new. She thought about Michael's words about fate, about paying it forward. Maybe he was right. Maybe kindness could ripple, changing lives in ways no one expected. She didn't know if she'd see him again, but she knew one thing. She'd never forget that knock in the rain, the moment a stranger became a turning point. Pause. The story doesn't end here. Sarah kept going, one step at a time, building a life for her and Emma. She started saving, dreaming again of a better apartment, maybe college for Emma one day. And somewhere, out there, Michael Grayson was still listening for the next desperate message, ready to knock on another door. Pause. If you're struggling, reach out. A text, a call, a knock, it might just change everything. And if you're able, be the one who answers. Kindness doesn't need a reason, only a moment. Pause.